Action.
These M&Ms are the bad color. Ah, I forget.
The playground got started as just a short video we were going to play for a treat to entertain people and maybe tie it into a sermon. And we had a number of different ideas. We were thinking about the topic of fear and how to go on that. We thought about doing maybe like our own fear factor maybe around the school. We thought about doing scary movies.
The hardest scenes to film were the ones with the dialogue, just because, I don't know, they just turned out better without it.
Oh yeah? Let's see you come back tonight and...
It took us, days, weeks, months even, just writing the story. And we really nailed down the dialogue, I think, very well.
But why, Luscious?
Because I have to. And Chris was our typist on the computer here. He's a professional typer. He can type like 800 words a second, and it was really great having him here. And we were able to come up with our full script, and it wasn't an easy task coming up with the script. My original ideas had a few things in them, but working in a collaboration project with such incredible minds like Chris and Craig, we were able to come up with the golf cart sequence and our epic fight and finale sequence, which I couldn't come up with that on my own, but together we were able to form this incredible creative group.
Originally when we were writing the playground, I was really concerned, how could we find people who could really fulfill these roles? I mean, they're so deep, the acting, the dialogue is so intricate.
Oh, Luscious, that was the most romantical sword fight ever.
And it just requires a depth of knowing who you are and what you're doing as an actor. So originally, when we were looking for Luscious, we looked all around high and low. We had celebrities flown in, they would do the interviews, the takes, and eventually we just said, you know what? We need someone who really feels this movie. So we had Anthony do it, and he did a great job directing and acting at the same time. It's really difficult, always coming back behind the camera, seeing if we had the right shots.
Pan over there slowly,
Okay.
and just stop. Make sure I'm blocking him right now.
And then Lydia, with her job with Weeds, I think she really felt what it was like to be blind. She ran into several walls throughout rehearsal just to get into character. She tried tripping several times just to see what it would be like to be blind. We had her go blindfolded through the mall for a few weeks just to get into character, and we were just really impressed with how she took that on.
We had 2 hours of meditation before we started filming, just to, kind of get in the mood, get in the part, try to get the feel for what we were going to be doing. Did some weightlifting and push-ups and stuff, just to get our bodies in shape, because we were doing some moves, serious moves.
Lydia was just amazing to work with. I thought she was blind. In fact, prior to shooting, I didn't know that she wasn't blind. I thought she was. I thought we had casted somebody who was actually blind, because I would see her walk around at lunch and she would hold out her hand and she'd run into poles and she'd, do all this kind of stuff that blind people would do. But little did I know, she was just preparing for her character. And it was an incredible example for me of just dedication to one's character.
The funny thing about Lydia was that we casted her as a blind lady, but really she's deaf.
Yeah, we thought that was a bitter irony.
Yeah. It made for an interesting flick.
A few times I wounded one of our monsters. A few times I overswung. But he's recovering, and everyone's safe now.
Can you say pull out, fling, something like that? The costumes were, again, inspired by The Village, and we went out and were shopping, talking to a lady. We found a lady at Joann Fabrics who had seen The Village, asked her if the appropriate material would work, and she said it would. We brainstormed and found different humps and spikes and experimented with duct tape and all sorts of different ways to make these stick.
Poking all those little sticks through that thing is a lot harder than it looks.
The craftsmanship was unparalleled to anything I've seen in Hollywood. In fact, we even had M. Night Shyamalan write us a letter saying how we had the creatures more nailed down to his vision than he even had them. They were better than in the village itself. Our movie was just, it was way better.
Ah, man, I don't know. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
I really, as I got into my character though, I really tried to express myself through the way I use my shoes. If you'll notice in the first episode, I'm wearing boots, kind of showing how I'm trying to take this project by the horns and pull myself up by my own bootstraps and do what I need to do.
Our costumes really portrayed how we felt inside about the world. Lydia being blind, if you notice, she has a white t-shirt on. That kind of portrays how even though she's blind and she's in total darkness, she sees the world through a light that nobody else does, and her t-shirt really reflects that.
During the second shot, I actually forgot my boots and we duct taped some sneakers